Welcome back, everybody. It's the Neon Knight, and today we are going to be killing the Huey. I'm sure I didn't pronounce that right, but I looked at the wiki, I did the best I could. That's what we're going to leave it as. I'm going to be calling it Huey from now on. It's just way easier. But today, I'm going to be killing this boss for an undetermined amount of time. I'm going to be using a plugin to roll a dice between 1 through 6, and whatever that lands on, that's how many hours I will be killing this boss to see how much GP I can make. Huey's actually a pretty cool boss. It's kind of like Wintertodd, except for combat instead of fire making. It actually gives plus 60% XP bonus while you are fighting it. It's weak to Crush and Demon Bane weapons, but it's also 60% weakness is Earth spells. It only has a magic level of 50 and a magic defense of 200, so that could be a pretty viable way to train your magic if you're looking for a way to kind of break even on runes at least. The wiki says killing Huey solo is about 2.6 mil an hour profit. That is going to be factoring in the chance at the uniques. Looking at the loot table a little bit, there's a 1 in 23 chance per kill, not per player, but per kill, to get a unique drop in your name. That unique drop chance is scaled on your contribution, so if you're not doing a lot of DPS and you're in a world with a lot of people, I'd say the chances are significantly lower, but that's also just like doing next. You're rolling the dice, man. No pun intended. But the drops aren't that bad. You got the Huey hide, which go for, if you're doing solo, 2 to 3 drops, 2 to 3 quantity per drop. You can get up to 5 mil just from one drop. The Tome of Earth isn't really that great. It's only at 626k right now, but the big ticket item is the Dragon Hunter 1 at a 1 in 207 rarity. It's about 29 mil on the GE right now. The rest of the drop table isn't really that bad. You have some armor, some death runes, some seeds. You have soiled pages, of course, for the Tome of Earth, and then you just have some random food and supply drops. You can also get the tooth half of a moon key, which is used to open up a chest for various rewards. And most likely the reason why you see everyone in max gear killing this boss is for the chance of the pet. There's a 1 in 400 chance to roll Hubert, the pet for this boss. It's actually a pretty cool little boss. I'd love to have this. I've actually seen it in game before and it's kind of cool, but I'm not going to hold my breath. We'll see what happens. That's enough rambling for me though. Let's get into some kills. This is what the gear setup is going to be looking like. This is currently the best I can afford for the boss that we are going to be fighting. But I already explained the rules in the introduction, so let's go ahead and spin this dice and see how many hours of the Huey we're going to be killing. Down here in the bottom left, 4 hours. Alright. Could have been a lot more, but I actually don't mind this boss. I've done it a little bit, so without further ado, let's get an inventory set up and get after it. Okay guys, before we get started, this is the inventory setup I decided to go with. I went with the hammer for the body section of the fight. I do think it makes it go faster when you're soloing or in a small group. The more people you have really doesn't matter, but here's a super combat potion, 3 restores, and then the rest of it is just going to be food and a teleport out if I need it. I am going to be starting this off solo. I'm not going to be looking for a world with people in it, but I'm also not going to be looking for an empty world. I'm kind of just going to hop in, and whatever happens, happens. If I find a big group of people, then nice, I'll get a bunch more KC. If not, I don't mind a little slower kills for the better chance of getting a loot in my name. So I'm not really going to be picky with it. I'm just going to go in and do the 4 hours of this boss and see how much money we can make. Alright, it's waking up. As soon as it is ready, I'm going to start the timer. There we go. And we are off. I'm going to go ahead and pop a super combat potion. I am starting off with 71 total KC on this boss. So I don't know how many I'll get in this 4 hours. I don't know how much money I'll make. Maybe I'll get lucky, maybe I won't. I mean, this isn't the best money making boss, but let's see what we can get done. And there we go, guys. That's the first kill. Unfortunately, nothing crazy, but we got some Amato seeds. Not bad, not bad. I don't know if this is actually a strategy or not, but the attack where the tail comes out and slaps the ground and makes the shockwave. If you stand on this tile right here, you can avoid this shockwave just by moving, and you actually can't get hit by the far left shockwave. So I just stand right here while this phase is going on. It makes it just a little bit more AFK. Okay, here's an example of it before I shut off the recording. Yep, it doesn't get you. All you have to do is avoid the lightning attacks and pray right. Obviously that clip was super scuffed because I was trying to record at the same time, but I promise it makes it a lot nicer. I'm doing a few bigger groups just because it's a lot quicker and it's a lot less click intensive. It literally dies in like a minute, but I just got soiled pages as a drop and I wanted to update you guys. I actually have had this drop before on the collection log. It is the only collection log slot that I have for this boss, so if I get any other collection log slots, I will update you. I am doing this in a bigger group, so I'm not sure how lucky I'll get. I think maybe the last hour or so I will do solos only and see how much I get from that. But I'm kind of just switching it up right now between larger and smaller groups. I just got another seed after this kill and realized I actually lied earlier when I said the soiled pages were the only collection log slot I have. I forgot that I even got 2 of these. I forgot they were on the collection log, so I just got a third. We have 1 from this session. The other 2, I believe, were from the KC that I had before I started this video. So as of right now, no luck on anything else besides some pages and some seeds, but I'm hoping in this next 2.5 hours that we get something cool. So I actually paused the timer to cook up some food while I was recording this clip, just so I wasn't sitting still. But my buddy just got the Noxious Blade in the clan chat. Let's get a GZ for 777s. I'm not gonna lie, I know I don't have the best gear for this, but this part is so annoying, man. It's so unnecessarily long for the shitty loot that I've been getting. Maybe if I get luckier, I would not be saying this, but man, this is just taking forever every KC. And if you couldn't tell, I switched to solos again. Here we go. Here's a unique right here. God, never lucky. Ooh, nice. 112k. That's a decent sized loot. Alright guys, that's 3 hours down, and I'm going to be honest with you. I am not doing too well in the RNG department. I'm half tempted to go back to mass worlds, or worlds with more people. I guess there's no mass world, but I'm half tempted to go back just to get more kills. I'm not even making that much money doing solo runs right now. I don't even think it's worth my time. But I do have a better chance of getting a drop in my name technically, so it's the only reason I'm still here. I don't know, I might switch it up, but I'm going to do 2 or 3 more solos and see how much time I have left, and then I might just run a few games back to back to get some more KC in. Not entirely sure yet, but here's the 1 hour mark. Let us start the timer and get back to it. Again, back to back, 100 Sunkissed Bones. Oh my gosh. There we go. That is some better loot. We're under 15 minutes now, guys. I switched it up to the world with a lot more people in it. I'm going to go for KC rather than quantity. I've been doing this for a little bit now, probably the last 5 or so minutes, but I just realized how much time, or how little time, rather, we have left. So I'm going to finish this 15 minutes up in a more populated world, and then we're going to go do a bank check. Looking like this is going to be the last one, guys. Man, we did not get any uniques, or any uniques that were actually worth any money, I should say. I will show you everything. We're going to head back to the Grand Exchange. There's only 1:42 left. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go for 1 more. I might be able to get it done, but that's probably going to be the last one. 30 seconds left. We should get this very easily. A new personal best, sub 1 minute. I'll take that with a rune scimitar to end it. Let's head back to the Grand Exchange and see how much we made. I finally got all the loot sorted out. That is 4 hours of Huey. I call it Huey. I just think it's easier, but Huey, 4 hours of Huey. Let's chuck it into the Grand Exchange guide prices and see how much exactly we got. 1.6 mil for 4 hours. Now that was a lot of solos. I think I probably did 10 or more solos, give or take, and then the rest were with a large group. The first few that I did were with a group of 3, and I ended up logging off, and then I just continued with the solos. But 1.6 mil, and we used, hold on, I got it in my notes, just 1 second. So we used 5 super combats, 20 super restores, 165 mana rays, and 42 Karam ones, totaling up to 689,363k. Sorry guys, I had to do a little bit of quick math there, but after the cost of supplies and for 4 hours of doing Huey, we made 944,678 GP. Now, I wouldn't say this is the best money maker because obviously that took me 4 hours and I didn't even break a mil after cost of supplies, but it was pretty fun. I can see this boss being very useful for Iron Men, but if you're looking to make bank, I honestly wouldn't recommend it. I mean, there's always the chance, but I didn't make a lot of money. Unless you get super lucky, I don't think this is going to be the best money maker. If I ever do end up coming back to this, I am going to be doing it all in like a large mass world. It just goes by so much quicker. I think I was averaging almost 13 minutes around for a solo kill, and then in the mass worlds, you'll see the last kill was actually sub 1 minute. It was 55 seconds or something like that. And they were usually in the world that I was in. It was going around a minute and 10 on average per kill. I mean, obviously that's going to change if you have a bigger or smaller group, but just for picking random worlds, I mean, this isn't bad. You know, I'll take it. That's almost a mil. It's more than I had before. Fun little boss. That's going to be it for this one though, guys. I ask that if you did enjoy the content, please consider leaving a like and consider subscribing to the channel. It helps more than you know. I will be continuing working on my Skiller series, but I'm going to be doing these types of videos and other content that I'm coming up with in the meantime, since that Skiller is going to be taking some time to get done. But with that being said, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.